Great job by our guys, hanging in there this second game. Obviously, the first game was super long. Got out of hand early. They just jumped all over us and made us pay for every pitch that wasn't located and, give them credit, TCU. But then the second game, I thought we did a great job. Just came out, got a walk and a first pitch double, advanced a runner, and then sac fly. It was a good inning, and just guys had a little bit of an attitude for a team that just kind of got it handed to them. So I appreciate that. And we beat a good team today. That second game, Santa Clara is a solid team, veterans, and they can hit and pitch and field, and two good wins against them in this tournament. So can't really remember that first game too much because it seemed like after the third inning, it was kind of a little bit of a blur.
All right, we'll take questions for the student athletes. Hutch.
Kendall, just what was the key to bouncing back after getting beat like that in the first game?
Yeah, 100%. It was in the past, and we knew that. Can't do anything to change it. So mindset coming in was just take this next game pitch by pitch, and I would rather do it with a different group of guys. We love our guys. So.
And Will, they showed you on the TV after you came out there in the ninth inning. It looked like you were pretty spent. Just what were your emotions like in that moment?
I really wanted to finish the game, to save all we have for tomorrow. And I kind of just let it all out there and didn't get it done. But Hunter came in and did a great job of finishing it for us.
Bob.
Yeah, Kendall, could you go through the home run and what you saw there? I guess Santa Clara thought maybe you struck out. I'm sure you saw it differently. Maybe just describe that at bat in the home run.
Yeah. So we faced that arm in the previous game. We played them. Really good pitcher. He's got a really good heater, and worked the count. I was late on a couple of heaters before, got to the full count, and just saying, get the head out if it's anywhere close. Just want to do whatever I can to help the team win. Good things happen.
And you guys, obviously, these TCU games, early in the year and earlier today, not gone well. Just what are your thoughts on getting another shot at them tomorrow?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. They're a really good team, and it's gonna be a battle. But I know we're gonna be ready. We're just excited. Go out there. I'll just do everything we can.
Well, I know you said you wanted to finish, but you're pretty big pitch count in 3 days. Just how did you feel there toward the end, and what would you do what were you doing to be effective?
I actually felt better today than I did on what was it, Friday, and I just got to give credit to Roland. He did a great job of mixing up the signs for me, and we just couldn't. They couldn't try. They were just kind of guessing because we were mixing really well, and just give them credit.
Hutch.
Will, I know you've thrown a lot the last couple of games, but do you have anything to take tomorrow, or do you think you're pretty much done for the weekend?
That's his call.
I guess for either guy, it's just what have these last 24 hours been like? A lot of waiting on rain, not knowing when you're going to play, and then trying to stay mentally locked in, and then the ups and downs of these two games. What has these last 24 hours been like mentally for you guys?
Yeah, I got it. I mean, I think this is super, mentally strong group as well as physically. But that's just baseball. Things happen. But once you get in between those lines, you gotta be strapped up, and I think all of us do a really good job of that.
And I guess, Kendall, just how good did it feel to, drive in those two important runs in the game like this? Frustrating results over the weekend, but really come through with a big hit like that, like you've done so many times.
It felt great. There was, times throughout today where I felt like I wasn't getting the job done, and that was really frustrating to not help the team. That's what we try to do, and it felt amazing. It was great.
That was a great job. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll open it up for questions for Coach. Hutch.
Dave, what did you see out of Tigert today? Just how would you assess his start overall?
I thought he was really good. The first inning, he was a little erratic with his fastball. And then once he settled in and started throwing that first strike, they had to respect it and made the breaking ball look that much better or tougher to hit, actually. And I tell you, he just competes. And, he left the one breaking ball up that, that was hit down the line off the fence. It drove in a couple runs. But for the most part, he didn't make too many mistakes. And, you know, I've said it many times, he can throw the ball 95, 96 miles an hour, but tonight he pitched 90, 91 most of the time and threw some 85-mile-an-hour change ups to their lefties. And I just thought he pitched, and it was really good to see.
Hagen's been so good for you all year. Just what do you think happened in the first game today?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, he got the first hitter out pretty quick, and I think he got ahead of the second hitter and ended up losing him. And I think he was ahead of the next guy, 0-2, and hit him in the foot with a backdoor or inside type slider, back foot slider. And, you know, then you saw what happened after that. But yeah, it's really hard to say. You know, I think when they hit the home run, the grand slam, it kind of, you know, it got to him a little bit, obviously, and that's maybe to be expected. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. I knew that they would hit him because they're a really good offensive team, but you just didn't expect it to go down like that.
A lot of home runs today, some for some guys who maybe were breaking out of a little bit of a skid there. Just how good was it to see that there's some juice left in some of those top bats?
Yeah, that was, you know, obviously the first game, that's kind of how we scored. We hit some home runs. You know, it's good to see, you know, Wagner hit that home run tonight, and, you know, Josenberger hit a couple in the first game, took a couple of walks in both games. But, you know, just to, you know, just to put some good swings out there. I mean, especially that second game, because I know our guys they were tired. The ball that Kendall hit out, if you go back and look at it, it was a good pitch. It was probably a ball, and it was down. And he just went down and got it, shot it out of there. But, you know, whenever you're facing a good team, a lot of times at this level to score, you've got to hit it out of the park. And we did that a couple of times today and gave us a chance to separate just a little bit.
You've been through plenty of rain delays in your day, but just the situation was a little different today, given how the game was going and just knowing what you have for the rest of the weekend. Just what were
Yeah.
those situations like for you and your team?
Yeah, that was a strange situation. You know, a lot of times if you have a lightning delay, a rain delay, the game's tight or you're still in it, it's a little different. But when you're getting beat by 2 touchdowns, it's, you know, you just kind of want to get through the game, not to get anybody hurt, and get to the second game. You know, once we got to a certain point, you know, I started resting people, just trying to get ready for the second game.
Hey, Dave, how would you assess your pitching options for tomorrow?
It's not good. I mean, I don't even know who we're going to pitch. Normally I do, and I just don't tell you. I don't know this time for sure. I don't know who we're going to pitch. And we'll just have to talk to him in the morning. You know, there's a couple of guys that maybe threw a little bit today, or one that threw a little today that could start. And you get into maybe some younger guys that be tough throwing them out there in this situation.
Dave, you might not have a choice, right?
I got to pitch somebody. Yeah, so I gotta have a choice, but I don't know who it is yet.
Is Hagen one of those guys you're talking about that could come back tomorrow?
I think Hagen could maybe throw a couple innings. I don't think we'd start him.
And
Yeah.
I think Hunter only threw 8 pitches. Could
Yeah.
you bring him back?
Yeah, because he was definitely a guy, if he didn't pitch, you know, to finish that game up, that we were thinking we might be able to pitch him or start him tomorrow if we needed to. So, you know, those 2 guys could probably throw a little bit, but you know, I don't feel like I'm going to start either one of them, at least not in the first game.
And these TCU games have not gone well, but you get another crack at them. Just
Yeah.
kind of how do you feel about playing them again?
Well, I'm glad we, you know, get to play another day. You know, you always, when you play this game, anything can happen. So, I think that if we knew that we had somebody just waiting to pitch, it'd make it a little bit easier. But we're going to have somebody really step it up tomorrow and give us some innings, and we're going to have to score. We got to score, but I'm glad we're playing.
On the pitching side of things, is there anyone who would not be available tomorrow? Maybe Tiger, anybody else, or?
Tiger won't be available. I'm not throwing him tomorrow. So I guess other than that, I don't think I'd throw Will. Will would have to, he'd have to talk us into it. So I don't know.
Holt is a back strain. You have any update on him? Could he be potentially play tomorrow?
It's more of a spasm. It's just locked up, and where he couldn't hardly move. So, I don't know, we'll see how he feels tomorrow. They've got him on all kinds of medicine. So we'll see if something kicks in. But he was moving around a lot better in the dugout. But I don't want to put him out there and he takes a swing or two and he can't move again. I pull him out of the game. It's not, I would say right now, no.
Any more questions for Coach?
The lineup, you had McLaughlin at third. I mean, he made one good play. But what did you think of kind of the shuffling things and putting Borf and Wagner back high?
Well, I need to get McLaughlin in the lineup and just need to get some offense. We're running out of options, running out of middle infielders. McLaughlin's obviously more of a first baseman. He played third base in junior college for 2 years, but he's a little bigger than he was then. And, he's just a really good hitter. I mean, the first 3 at bats, he hit deep fly ball, RBI, then he lines out twice. The worst ball he hit, he gets a hit. I mean, this game's kind of goofy sometimes, I mean, it's the way it works. And we had a 2-run homer right after that. So move those guys back up in the order because I liked what I saw, really maybe more the first game. And I just thought we're going to go down and put those guys where they should be hitting in the batting order.
When you think about, the 18 innings you potentially have tomorrow, and you might start thinking that some of those young guys might have to come through for you on the mound. What do you think about the possibility of maybe one of those guys stepping up to give you something special?
Yeah,
and
I mean,
what-
they're going to have to. Wood's probably going to have to pitch and Bouch, and some of these guys are going to have to get on the mound and give us more than 1 inning. We're just going to, that first game, we'll just do whatever we got to do to win it. And we survive it. You never know when you get down to 1 game, anything can happen. So I've been a part of some crazy days. It's going to take a crazy day for us to win 2 tomorrow.
You kind of touched on it earlier about Hagan, but you got your pitchers got up 0-2 several times against TCU the first few innings, but couldn't finish guys off. Was that just a matter of just TCU good at bats, just not being able to finish them off, or what did you see there?
I would say a combination. They have good hitters and they fight you. And yeah, I mean, and maybe we didn't make a pitch, so probably a little bit of both. But got to give credit to TCU. I mean, they've been on fire for 3 weeks and they haven't slowed down.
Coach, appreciate your time.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.